Yeah. 6. Hey, think, feel, believe 6. Yay. Think you've been watching. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you get to 6. Yay. Thank you for watching. Yeah, thank you. Think, feel, believe 6. Yay. Okay. So, just a little bit of a thought. Talked about Lyle Alzado on that last one. Think, feel, and believe 5. So, I look back at that really, and I think, what could have, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, and what could have been. But whatever it is within me, and believe, I have had to dig myself out of a deep hole in my life that I got shoved in by, well, we're not going to get into that right now, but anyway, I've had to dig myself out of a pretty deep hole in my life. Yep. Because I've always been like this. I have. It's just that for a large period of my life, I wasn't allowed to be sort of kind of, and then you don't get that confidence in, the dynamics of the things that can happen to you as a person can cause how you think, feel, and believe about things. And not only that, obviously if you don't have confidence in your life and at the particular time, even though blatantly, here's Lyle Alzado's address right in front of me, right? And I don't have the nerve to, write him a letter of my own and send him word or whatever. And I what can I say? One of the regrets I have in my life, but I understand where I was personally in that particular area of my life too at that time, and which kind of relates to the next one that I'm going through here. So by this time, and I know that there's other ones, but these are the most poignant ones that stuck out to me. There had to have been other little ones. I just can't remember them right. But by this time, something's going on. Yes, something's going on. I think I got some power. I'm putting something out. Something's coming back. Something comes back. Something's coming back. Right? Something's coming back, right? Because that's how it's working. We're putting stuff out, and then we're getting exactly what we're putting out. It's whatever you put out, you get back. Well, sort of. So I started thinking. So I started repeating, and I don't know exactly what it had to have been. At least by age 28, I started repeating, "I'm going to be a millionaire before I'm 30. I'm going to be a millionaire before I'm 30. I'm going to be a millionaire before I'm 30. I am going to be a millionaire before I'm 30, right? And so it had to have been in my 29th year, going into my 30th year of age. And I started getting these things coming in my life and people, right? Great products, fad products. Right? And I don't know when I read this book, it's like How to Start a Fad and Make $1 Million by this one guy. He had that little sticky spider that he threw up against the wall and it stuck and then went down. That guy made $1 million off of that thing. And there was a process to do that with. So I'd even read in the book about, how to make a fad and make $1 million, and everything and whatnot. And so I got these 2 products in my life that came in, these people and these products that came in. Definitely fad products, right? I'm like, wow, and you're just kind of going along, and I was getting involved with these people, and I was selling them and stuff like this, and really, and there was another product that we had too that was just, phenomenal. Hopefully one day I'm going to take that one, and because by that time these guys that had it, the patents will probably wear out or wear off, and they won't care. And they always had lack of money to be able to produce the item and lack of business savvy and everything else. So that's where that one went. But unfortunately, again, so I had these 2 products in my life that were totally fad products that I could have been probably, who knows, even maybe multimillionaire. And, I distinctly remember the time I was at my packaging and shipping store, and I was selling them on my counter and stuff like this, and I was involved in kind of marketing just a little bit. And then there was this lady, I can't remember her name and everything, because this has been a long time ago, you see. And I can remember kind of what she looked at, long, dark, brown hair. She kind of had a bit of an encouragement for me, telling me, most people have been able to take things like this and, just operate from a shoestring and go really big with them, Scott. You could do it. And I'll never forget. I mean, I can still remember the moment she told me that. I was, running. She was a customer of mine. She was ringing it up. I was ringing her, packaging her, whatever packaging, bringing her service up and whatnot. And they're telling me that. I mean, just kind of like, yeah, because again, at that particular time, and it just, oh man, it's just gut wrenching to think back on that particular time that I had those in my life, and I just didn't quite have I didn't have confidence. I didn't believe in myself. I didn't believe in my abilities. I didn't have faith, because a lot of things that you move forward in life with this particular aspect kind of sort of synergistically is faith, because belief is tied to the faith, right? You think, you have the thoughts, you have the feelings that are connected to the thoughts, and then it's about how you believe about it, which in then turn is about faith, like driving down the road, right? Like driving down the dark road and putting on the headlights on, and you just keep it going because as you keep going, it's going to light up, right? It's going to light up as long as you keep going. It's kind of what I'm doing here. Well, just a little bit. Having faith. So, I mean, I'll look back at that particular time and it's like, man. And I can't remember exactly, kind of sort of when it dawned on me that I had been really just manifesting that being a millionaire before I was 30, and then all these great products came into my life that would have literally made me a millionaire. They would have. I mean, for sure. Of course, the opportunities with those are long gone now because the dynamics of products and things have changed so much that they're pretty much out the window. But that's what can happen to you, too, when you do these kinds of things about as far as manifesting and whatnot. But I still held on to the beliefs because I realized what I did, and I realized, gosh darn it, I didn't have the confidence to move forward from it. It's gut wrenching. It still gives there's that little bit of that kind of sick feeling inside that I even have to this day about that. But, I learned from it, and I'll learn from it so I can continue on with it. And hopefully I share with you some of the knowledge of it. And then you can take some of the things for your life and you can go with it and do it. Yeah. So that one right there was a big one. And there are other things I manifested too, and I bring these up too because part of the story behind it. I remember one time, and I don't know, I remember two of the items. I can't remember the third. I can remember two, but not the third. And one of them, it was a Porsche. I wanted a Porsche. It's the way it was, man. I just wanted a Porsche. There is no substitute. And then kind of sort of in a way there isn't. If you ever driven one, because they got the mid-engine kind of thing going, so it gets rid of all that weight up front. And wow, wow. So I wanted a Porsche, and I wanted to take a vacation to Hawaii. I remember telling my dad at that particular time, and I shared with him, I said I wanted a Porsche. I wasn't going to take a vacation to Hawaii. And there was something else. I can't remember at that time. And I told him, and I was like, oh, yeah, oh, yeah, because he was one of those guys, what you can't do and what won't work. Okay, he was like one of those guys that point out that kind of thing, which you can't do and what won't work. So that's and I, I mean, we're getting off what, but anyway, so long story short, on that particular thing, is that and just a little bit of a story. I remember one time I tried to tell my mom and dad about, hey, if we go to this thing, you get a free TV, and they're like, oh no, that doesn't work. No, that doesn't work. So I learned at a very tender age. And I was really disappointed as a kid because they said it was guaranteed. It was guaranteed that you would get one of these prizes if you just went to their presentation. You'd get one. Oh, no, you don't know. Because they were, again, what you won't point out, what won't work and what you can't do. Right? So I learned about, I think it was 21 years old. We got one of those cards in the mail. I went and watched a presentation about timeshare and got this little free TV. So, all these little things that have been happening, little things, and you know what happened? I got that Porsche, and I went on that vacation to Hawaii, and I did the third thing too. So, you put these desires in yourself, you say. You put these desires in you, and you have a thought, and you have a feeling, and you have a belief, And then the thing and that can happen, and then but thinking and then that happen, and then I just want to leave it there because I'm telling you, there's a lot more here. But you're gonna have to go to the next video. Yeah, I think it's 7. Yeah, Think, Feel, and Believe 7. Go to it. You just got done watching Think, Feel, and Believe 6. Go to 7.